Hi there guys, welcome to an episode. Now this week we are going to be doing the brakes on the Ford Focus. You might know that we change tyres at least twice a year, so winter tyres and summer tyres, which means that we take the wheels off at least twice a year. And when changing to the winter tyres this year, I noticed that my brakes weren't fantastic. I already knew that the rear brakes were bad, so I've ordered a set of brakes for that. But I also noticed now that the front brakes were bad, so I've ordered a set of them. We will be replacing the front and the rear discs and pads on this 2016 Ford Focus Mark 3.5, so it's the facelift edition. Now these are the parts we've got. So I've gone for complete set of Brembo discs and pads. So I've got the front discs and pads there and the rear discs and pads there. So I'm going to get the wheels off of this car now, and then we can have a look at exactly why we're changing them. Right, so here we are at the rear end, and as you can see there's almost no brake pad left whatsoever. So the brake pads definitely need changing. Then looking at the discs themselves, they've got quite a bit of a rusty edge on here. They've also got quite a big lip on these discs. They don't look all that fantastic. I think these are the original discs from when the car was made. So it's definitely time to change these. And on the other side, very similar issue. They do actually seem to be a little less worn on this side than the other side, but the discs, quite a lip on them, and quite rusty, quite nasty looking. So those are definitely in need of a change. Onto the front brakes. Again, the pads, not a huge amount left on the pads, but probably the worst bit is this piece here where it's gone completely rusty. So they're not actually touching on this part of the disc, and even part of the disc face has started to wear off in certain places. So I'm not changing these unnecessarily, as we can see, and it's a pretty similar story on this side. Quite a large amount of rust here. This basically came from when we were in England. Didn't use the car for like a month. When I came back, it was rusty, but the rust doesn't seem to have worn off as I've started to use the car. Brake pads, not a lot left either. So let's get these brakes all taken apart and we'll put the new ones on. Right, so that's everything off. As you can see, pretty simple. I use a big screwdriver to get the clip off. The only kind of a special tool you'll need is this sort of thing, which is an Allen key, but it is a 7mm Allen key, which is pretty usual for Fords and some Volvos and things like that, but it's not usually what you'll get in an Allen key set, so you probably have to buy a separate 7mm Allen key. And then all we're using there was just an 18mm socket. Don't need to use any power tools on this sort of thing. Should come off fairly easily, as you can see. So pads are there, carriers there. All we've got to do now is get the disc off. There are no locating screws on here that I can see, so all it needs now is a big adjusting tool. There we go. Disc off. So as you can see, just takes a bit of brute force and ignorance to get that off. Now what you'll notice is I was hitting in between the discs here. If you're unsure about this, I would put the nuts back on here just to make sure that if you do miss the disc and you hit that, you're not going to damage your wheel studs and you have to change your studs over. So other than that, whack it around till you see it coming loose, and then you can knock it off from the back. So we're going to clean all this edge up now to get it nice and smooth for being able to mate up to it. There are special tools you can get that fit over these and you use the drill on them. I don't have one, so a wire brush on here and here. Looking at that disc, the inside of it is much worse than the outside. As you can see, it was only there that the brake pads were actually braking. Everything else wasn't actually doing a lot. So these discs were definitely in time for a change. And as you can see here, the rust that's built up here is what was keeping it stuck to the hub. Right, that side is now off. As you can see, I didn't take this clip out. I did try to get it out, but I can't get it out. They do tend to rust in there. Now normally, yeah, there is a hole at the back that I don't know whether you can see it on camera. Perhaps if I turn the caliper around all the way, but there's a hole there and there's a hole, well, it should be there, but it's covered up from the back. So you should be able to knock it out with a drift or something from the back and probably get some WD-40 or something in there to ease it out. But if you can't get them out, don't worry about it. You can get them off without. All I did was just moved it out of the way slightly. So it's not a huge problem. As you can see, I don't have an electric handbrake on this car. If I did, then I would have to put the motor into service position first to do that, which basically releases the pressure off of the caliper here, and then you wind that in. All I have to do on this is just wind that back in again. But other than that, it is pretty similar. Luckily enough, they use the same bolts here, so you've still got the 7mm Allen key on there, and these were 13mm instead. Now, they do have a hole there, because if you try and get in from the front here with a ratchet, I had a 3/8 ratchet on there, and it didn't quite get in. It touches on this piece of metal here, so it was twisting it at an angle. You can round the bolt off, but a little extender, you can come in through that hole and do it from there. Pretty simple to get off, and as you can see, didn't need to beat the hell out of that disc to get it off, because it comes off fairly easily. So do the other side, same thing. So these are the parts taken off. As you can see, the rear brake pads compared to the front brake pads, they are much different in size, because the front brake pads do more braking than the rears. The caliper holders pretty much the same. The discs are knackered, as we can see. There's plenty of rust building up on the back side of here as well, so there's only that little tiny area there that was doing any braking at all. So these were definitely in need of a change as well. Right, if you do manage to, like I did, miss and hit the threads on there, you will damage them, as I have done there. They're flat just there, which means I won't be able to get the nut on. There are things like these thread repair kits you can buy. In these kits you've got a load of thread repair kits, so you've got coarse and fine inch, and then you've got a load of metric ones as well. So you've got internal, external threads, and you've got some thread files as well, so you can file them up. But I'm using this one, which is an M12 1.5 that fits these nuts. I was able to check it on one I haven't already just whacked with a hammer. Put it on there, and I can put it on there, and I can run down there. I've already run this down a couple of times, so I can get it on by hand, but you can feel it binding every so often. But once I get past the damaged threads, that fits. So run that up and down it a few times. Ideally the best thing to do would be put the nut on there, like I said, to start with, but I didn't, and I missed. But these are for repairing threads, not making new threads. But very useful kit. You can get them off of Amazon and things like that, so very useful kit. When you're working on brakes, anytime you're working on brakes, you want to make sure you've got gloves on so that you don't get touching the brake dust, because the brake dust is pretty bad stuff. It's pretty nasty. You don't want to be getting it inside your mouth or in your face or anything like that. So make sure you always use a pair of gloves when you're doing anything like that, just to make sure that you don't get covered in brake dust anywhere. Really, really important safety tip there. So these are our old discs, and as we can see, they are pretty knackered. Brake pads are worn out, definitely time to change them. And these are the new brake discs and brake pads. Everything has come from Brembo, so really like it. I bought all this lot from Screwvat.se, and I'll put a link to all of this lot below. So if you're interested in buying this for your Focus, you know where to get them from. Right, that's the caliper pushed all the way back. I can now put the brake pads in there after I put a little bit of copper grease on them, and we're all good to go to bolt it all back together again. Right, so the front caliper just got pushed back with a big grip. Now you can use this tool as well just to push the fronts back, but I had a pair of big pliers, and this basically just fits in there. There's a little plate and it twists the caliper back in again, and you just turn this all the way till it stops. That was the stop there, and then you can reverse it a little tiny bit, and that's that. So that's that tool. This is the tool that we have. It's got about 24 pieces in it, but it's got a right hand one and a left hand one if you need them, and loads of different adapters for all sorts of different rear brake calipers. So, and these are fairly cheap off of like Amazon and stuff like that, but well worth getting just for the job. Right, all the wheels back on again, torque down. Nice new brakes on there. Now I don't know if you can see down there, but as we've pushed all 4 pistons back again in the brake system, there's obviously got way too much brake fluid in there, so a lot of it has emptied itself out now. So we've got quite a lot of brake fluid dripping all the way down there. So what we're going to do now is just pour water over it. So I've got a watering can, and it's literally just ordinary water, and it just helps to dilute the brake fluid. I would say pour more water than what you actually think you need. Over there, it's better to have more water than not enough, and that just gets rid of the brake fluid. Means that it's not lying on any cables, it's not lying on any painted areas or anything like that. It just gets rid of the brake fluid and makes it nice and neat. So that's that job done. We've now got brakes fitted all around the car, so front disc pads and rear disc and pads on the entire car. So I hope you've liked what you've seen in this video. If there is anything that you've liked in this video and found useful, then please press that like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot, and bye-bye.